on. But now I got to music. What's that in the worm? Guess who's back? 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 Shady's back. Not financial advice. Please keep your hands and arms and a little time. We're going to be talking about AUE and the lack thereof, or the partnership that could help SHIB with massive liquidity. That's to be determined. Is this good for SHIB? Is it good for the ecosystem development team? Who is it good for, and who's it going to benefit? Well, we're going to get right into it. That's something you're interested in. Please stay tuned. We're going to be with you momentarily as we go through the analytics. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Shady's back. Just gotta share the links, guys. Be with you momentarily. change music. Be right with you guys. Sorry about this. Okay, the comments I have. Banners, music, excellent. Bottoms up. Hey, everybody! Oh, what's going on? No, we are paying attention. Boom, baby. All right. Where are we? Here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
edition of the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle. And like every other day, we host this raffle live. And right now, we are telling you that we have not sold any tickets in the last 24 hours. Therefore, we won't be hosting a raffle tonight. Sorry about that. We're a little late coming in. Had some previous engagements that I had to look over and get right back into it. We are educating everybody in the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle. Once we can host a raffle, we educate you. That's our plan and our adoption to every single person on the planet. And we're talking about AUE tonight, or UAE, Landed Emirates. So the news came out 2 days ago about the Landed Emirates. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of information that was given about this deal. Yeah, big shout out to Babes, big shout out to Jason Cox, big shout out to Prince, big shout out to Leia, big shout out to Gabriel, big shout out to Krish, big shout out to Vincent if you're watching, DJ Ryan, big shout out to Brett if you're watching, big shout out to who else is there? There's a few of you. Visha, if you're out there, big shout out to you. Big shout out to Dong, Kate, Tintin, and Casey. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to Athena and Novi. Big shout out to the whole SHIB family. Massive shout out to you guys. Massive shout out to anyone who takes part and has subscribed to the channel. And anyone watching, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm hoping to get more and more subscribers as we have hit 673. Thank you very much. We are less than 327. Yeah, 327 before we get monetized. So we're not doing too shabby. There is a lot of short videos, so if you haven't watched them, make sure you tune in and watch those if you have the time. I'm not suggesting that you guys spend all your time watching my videos on what's going on. And we are talking about SHIB and what SHIB is going to do for you, the SHIB investor. So as everybody knows, without a raffle, it's very hard to gauge. It's even hard to gauge even with the raffle draw how much SHIB we're going to reduce and how much is going to get rewarded in SHIB. We just know that half of it is going to go to the people and half of it's going to go back to the people. So the person who wins gets paid twice. The person that took part in it gets paid once. And everybody else on the sideline that's cheering them on gets paid just for being there, cheering them on. Isn't that amazing? So we would thank them. And anyone that didn't take part in the raffle draws, we just thank every single person that came in, and God bless their hearts for taking part in the raffle. And they've helped out the whole community in reducing the SHIB circulating supply. So that would be a massive undertaking. No, it just needs people. That's it. All you need is people. And then how much did you invest? They always ask, hey, Jason, how much should I invest to be a multimillionaire? It's not how much you should invest. It's what? It's when is it? Not anything else. It's when. Everything else is, if you're in it, that means you're in it. It's just a question of when. Now, can it happen right away? You have to see certain things happen before SHIB takes off. You need a lot more conviction in the marketplaces. You need a lot more people jumping in that understand what SHIB means to you. And this is what it means. It should mean to everybody on the planet. Reducing circulating supply adds value. That's your utility. The catalyst is the people coming in that realize it. That's the catalyst. Because everybody would want to know when it's going to take off. But the truth of the matter is, when you tell 10 people and 9 of the 10 people join SHIB, and then they tell 10 people, and then you see how it goes, it snowballs, that becomes the catalyst. Because if everybody only bought lottery tickets worth of SHIB, everybody's got pretty much the same avenue of attack. So it would always be in that $1 to $2 range. Now that's you today buying it. Now once it hits 3 zeros 1, you might change your perspectives. If it hits 2 zeros 1, or 202, it's going to change their perspectives when they bought in. And then, Jason, you're in a comfortable position. They're not, because they just purchased it. And there's always going to be someone that tries to take gains, of course, because those that bought trillions are going to take gains. That's no word of a lie. They're not going to wait for, because they're already a millionaire, so they're not going to wait. But the thing is, they have to unload so much SHIB that are they actually participating or rendering SHIB? If they're just about to get out and they want all of their SHIB out, then that's going to make a huge difference in the price of the SHIB because it's going to drop, right? If the raffle's going on, though, everybody's trying to buy in the same time they're trying to get out because they see what the value of the raffle is doing. Therefore, they want to be in it because they're in it to win it. Everybody's like that. Babe's channel, big shout out. Big shout out to Wena. Big shout out to Rowena. Big shout out to Prince. I don't see him, but big shout out to him. Discord, big shout out to you. Ryan, DJ, big shout out to you. Thanks for coming, everybody. And what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about this AUE. Let's see it here. Okay, I'm going to share this with you. Shiba Inu partners with UAE. I'm saying this all the time. UAE, Ministry of Energy boosting SHIB's appeal. Now, how much of this is actually accurate? Good question. SHIB and Inu partners with AUE Ministries of Energy Infrastructure's MoEI use blockchain applications. Such partnerships. Now, SHIB doesn't have a blockchain, just so everybody's aware of that. They have a Shibarium blockchain, so it's got nothing to do with SHIB there. The partners boost SHIB's appeal, which sits at 9 billion market capitalization as of Thursday, which is, I don't believe we're sitting at that valuation. Okay, hold on a second here. Let me just get right down to it. We're sitting at 8 billion market, almost 9 billion market. Okay, market capitalization. Every time we reduce, we're adding value. That means that this number, this 9 billion, keeps fluctuating. The more we take off the table, this goes down, right? If the price stays the same and this goes down, the amount of SHIB that's outstanding, this also goes down. So you got to keep aware of that. So it's an interesting concept. I'm sure you guys have all paid attention to that. Where am I here with Hulu? Yeah, right there. Okay, so yeah. MoE is set to use Shiba Inu's operating system. SHIB doesn't have an operating system other than the layer 2 blockchain Shibarium to integrate blockchain-based programs and applications into government services to streamline the operations, increase transparency, and enhancing security. That is from the ecosystem development team. All that means is the only ones that are going to benefit from it is the ecosystem development team. SHIB on its own won't benefit at all from this news. And that was the whole source of the news. So, without further ado, we'll talk about what that means for SHIB, which isn't a whole lot. What does it mean for you? Not a whole lot, unless you are into bone, leash, treat, Shitoshi, Shiboshis, Shiba Swap 2.0, or Shiba, the metaverse, SHIB, the metaverse, which is everything that I've just talked about is a hijacking of SHIB's name only to benefit the people in the ecosystem development team. Now, they can say whatever they like. They can come back and make a statement saying that it's not, that they're going to reduce SHIB circulating supply. Every time that they do something, what happens? They do a hard fork, making it almost impossible to burn SHIB circulating supply. So they like to run the show saying that they're the ones burning SHIB so that it looks good on behalf of them. But when you look at the retrospect, they're the ones telling everybody not to go into projects that are actually going to burn SHIB circulating supply. So what does that do for the rest of us? Not a whole lot. But it does bring the name of SHIB to the forefront. That is the truth. So it does help with demand into SHIB because it's one more stepping stone that people drive to that would set it ablaze, or no, not set it ablaze, but set it so that everybody understands what's going on. So it's always good. There's no such thing as bad press. So that's what this is press, right? We did, everybody, pay attention. I'm going to share this link with you. This is amazing. This is a SHIB actual event. So the catalyst, like I said before, is the army behind SHIB, is everybody in SHIB. All the investors in SHIB all benefit from this. Every single one of you benefit from this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we just broke, hey Jason, we just broke over 1.5 million wallet holders. Woo! Big shout out to everybody. Woo! Woo! Now let's see if we can do 3 million in the next 4 or 5 months. And maybe, hopefully, by the end of the year, we have 20 million Shiba Inu wallet holders. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be awesome. Because we're reducing it and we're bringing in more demand. Because everybody in the world wants to make more money. Show me the money. Show me the money. I want to see the money. Show me the money. Well, you have to have people to see the money. So the more people who come into SHIB, and remember, don't buy any more than what you can afford to lose. No, use it, treat it like a lottery ticket, guys. Okay, so I know you guys are probably sitting on $50,000, $60,000, and you're probably going, well, if it's a guaranteed investment, why wouldn't I stick everything into it? Well, because you don't know if it's going to go up 20% or down 20%. Look what just happened a little while ago. We went down 50%, 60% from its what was it, 100%. We've gone down 100% since 3000s because now we're at half. So yeah, that's 100% gain, and now it's 100% loss if you bought it 3,000, 3,000. But if you used it like you're supposed to and only buy a lottery ticket's worth, you're only down from $30 to $15. So it's not that bad, right? When you look at it that way. But if you put thousands of dollars in it, of course it looks bad because now you're down half of where you were before. So then it will look bad. And then it's hard because now you have to double down, right? So if you put $3,000, it's worth $1,500 down. If you put $3,000 into it at 4 zeros 3, and it's down 15, now in order to offset that, you're going to have to put 4,500 back into it. So that's what I'm saying. Now, is it worth it to put that kind of money back into it? You're supposed to, in theory, use it like a lottery ticket. So you only buy what you can afford to lose. In this case, use it like a lottery ticket. Because a lottery ticket, when you go and you lose money and you buy a lottery and you didn't win a thing, what do? You buy more the next week. The exact same thing is in SHIB. Because nobody knows what's going to happen with it because not everybody is educated in it. And if everybody's not educated in it, then why would you? Because if they were educated, SHIB would only have one direction. Because reducing circling supply, gaining more wallet holders. Reducing circling supply, gaining more wallet holders. Constantly. Now, others say that they do the exact same thing, but they don't do the exact same thing because they have governance. They have to pay people. They have to pay for the lights. They have to pay for the energy. They have to pay for advertisings, marketing, directing, different protocols, different AI platforms, different things that they could use to benefit the whole SHIB community? No, because SHIB does not have governance. There's no HR, there's no wages, there's no CEO, there's no CFO. It is straight across the board for investors, by investors. So if you are so inclined as an investor to lose money, then you're going to be destined to lose money. If you're an investor who likes to make money and tell everybody this is where you need to put your money because you're making money, remember, this isn't financial advice. This is just common sense. Okay. So if you're making money, it's going to build on that amount of money because everybody understands that, yes, it can go down. Absolutely, everything can go down. But should it go down is the question. And then why is it going down? Do I understand the principles and the concepts of why SHIB is going down? If I understand those concepts and I look at the charts and I read the charts, you can't look at SHIB's chart, guys. I know a lot of people are out there going, yeah, you can. It's easy to follow. You go with the RSI. Okay, first of all, you're talking about a guaranteed investment. Now, how do you know it's a guaranteed investment? Anything that reduces its circulating supply and gains momentum built on demand because everybody wants to make money. There is not a single person on the planet that doesn't want to make money. So it's always going to have demand. The question is, are they being directed this way? Are they finding out about it? And if they aren't, how are we going to get their attention so that they can understand what SHIB will do for them? Away from the ecosystem development team, because the development team, if you're not with them, you're against them. And if you're against them, you're a hoax. You're everything that they are, but they're telling everybody about you doing the exact same thing that they're doing. And that's wrong, right? We all know that's wrong, but that's what they do so that you don't pay attention. Nobody wants to come in. Shiba was the price of eggs. We would be wealthy. If SHIB was the price of a bottle of milk, we'd be wealthy. Eggs, yes. If you're buying 18 eggs cost what, $3.85, Jason? So you're right in that ballpark with the 333. Yeah, you're right in there, buddy. Yeah. If SHIB was the price of a can of Coke that cost to make at a quarter of a cent, most people would be multimillionaires at that point, Jason. So I don't know if you would fit in there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, and then what would they do with it? Would you be $15? Woohoo! Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah. $15 would be nice. Would be awesome. I don't know if you'd be able to hold on to it. Got to $15, Jason. You know what? We should do this a little later. We'll remember this. Write it down. Take a screenshot of it, Jason. Remember this date. All right, February 7th, 2025, and see what we do next year, 2026. Because I'm pretty sure when I was looking at the math, and if we were to do Amazon links, and they're on the website, by the way, and if you want to know where the Brazilian website, the Brazil Amazon link is, just follow Clay Bro 883, okay, YouTube, and his link is there for Amazon for the 3 Amazon links. Just use Amazon links when you're ever buying, and then send that out to every single person. Everybody needs to know about that. One company, and they're only burning 1.1% to 1.5% on all profit made on Amazon. So if everybody uses the links, you're looking at half the supply of SHIB in 1 year. In 2 years, you're looking at 2 to 3 trillion SHIB left in circulation if the price remains where it is. Of course, if the price goes up from there, which it should, right, Jason? It should, but it doesn't always mean it's the case. Because, like we said before, you have to be educated to understand what is going on with SHIB. If you're not educated, well, I'm sorry, you're going to miss out. And you're going to miss out big. That's the truth of it. You can't hold it. You can't wait. Well, you're going to get taken out. Basically, what it means, because you're going to get left in the dust. Eventually, people will catch on to what SHIB is doing, and that's the truth of it. They'll understand that. Oh, it does reduce its circulating supply constantly. It is gaining wallet. It is gaining market share, and people are buying it. Well, because it costs nothing. Okay, everybody, stop what you're doing. I'm gonna share this little thought with you. There was a guy that I was talking to live on someone else's stream. I think it was Shady's. Minister Shady. There's a guy on there, and he was talking about, I don't know, talking about out of his butt. But anyway, he was talking about SHIB, saying that SHIB is not going anywhere. SHIB's not doing anything. I said, what do you mean it's not doing anything? It's reducing its circulating supply constantly. It's not reducing enough of it. There's not enough money in the world for people to buy SHIB. I said people can't afford $18, and that was when it was 18. Now it's 15. Okay, so he was yeah. I couldn't believe it either. I couldn't understand that concept at all. That's what drove me crazy is this statement. Uh, for a SHIB to go up, it would need the whole world to be extremely wealthy. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Did you not see the price of SHIB? For Jason, $15 buys you 1 million SHIB. Well, it's like 15.25 or 15.30. That'll buy you 1 million SHIB right now. Let's go look at it. Yeah, so we're climbing as we speak right now. It's amazing. Every time I come on, it's climbing. I don't know why, but SHIB's price usually always goes up when I'm on. God knows why. Yeah, so that irked me a little bit when I heard that because yeah, I was not impressed at all. As you could probably already guess, that when someone mentions stuff like that, I'm like, you can't. No one. You're saying the whole world cannot afford. Seriously, the whole world cannot afford to pay $18 at that time. And he was. They're like, yeah, that's not what I meant. What did you mean? That not everybody can afford to put. If it went to $1, people couldn't afford to pay or buy 100,000 SHIB or 5,000 SHIB or 10,000 SHIB. I don't understand. You're saying that there isn't enough money in the world for everybody to buy into it. The problem is people like that don't understand squat. For one, we keep telling everybody this same thing. Where's SHIB price right now? And who can't afford it? That's what you should be asking yourself. It's not what you can afford, it's what you can't afford. No, what you can afford. So every single person on the planet can afford $18. Am I right? Wrong? Can they afford to spend $18 on a cryptocurrency? That might be a number one trick, right? Um, and it's in US funds. So, like, for instance, other places are 80 to 1, 100 to 1. That becomes a little bit more challenging in those areas, but it's still affordable to 80% of the population that live in those areas. 20% of the population can't afford it because they don't even have a paycheck. They just live moment to moment. And there's nothing wrong with that because usually those are farmers and people who grow livestock or they have lots of gardening, rice patches, you name it. They grow it and then they sell it. So they always have money. They just don't have it in abundance like we do. And our money that's in abundance is being taxed to death. See, $20 on fast food, Jason. Exactly. $15 could have been used to buy SHIB tickets, and that's why we tell everybody: listen, don't sink all your money into it. Yes, it's a guaranteed investment, but no one knows when. That's the trick. No one knows when people are going to start piling into SHIB. They are piling into SHIB, yes, but not at the magnitude that it needs to continue. That's the bottom line. And that's why we tell people, listen, you want SHIB, put in a lottery ticket's worth. Buy it as a lottery ticket. Do not sink a lot of money into it because you could be sinking a lot of money into it for a very long time. And we don't want you to get discouraged. We want to make sure that everybody has an understanding of what's going on. Yes. And we keep you informed with the channel, with the raffle of what we're doing. So you know for a fact, once the raffle starts happening, you're going to see the number of subscribers start to increase massively. And then I'm going to tell you the statistics on the website that'll drive the demand. Okay, and the statistics are bad right now. They're not great. Oh, I got to be positive, right? Got to think. Okay, so They're better than what they were last week, so that's good news. They're better than what we could expect at this time frame, but we are hopeful that things are going to improve very, very quickly, and everybody's going to have a chance to buy into the raffle ticket because we do have a limited supply of tickets. If you watch the raffle, if you go on the website, you go to the back page where it says, what does it say, Jason? On the website, what does it say? It says available tickets for sale. Okay, as we host a raffle, that number will drastically drop. Now, once that number gets to a certain level, you know it's scarcity time. And it's going to drive SHIB through the roof because you're going to see massive, because it's a daily raffle. Everybody on the planet can take part in it except those in Russia. They can still buy tickets. Get a load of this. You can still buy tickets, but they can't watch the YouTube video. So we might have to do a little something special for them. Might have to go to Rumble or TikTok or some live event or a recorded event so that they could see if they won or not. But they would know if they won because the money would show up in their wallet address within minutes of winning. So that's the good news. The bad news is if we have multiple winners in the thousands, then it's going to take some time, and you'll have to bear with me. I'm only one person. I have to hire a whole bunch of people. Yeah. Right on, Jason. Right on. Yeah. Raffle tickets are the way to go for SHIB. Absolutely. Because it's a daily event. And we want to burn billions, Jason, or do we want to burn trillions? Trillions, right? We want to burn, at first, we want everybody to come in and understand what's at stake. Because if they start seeing that 800 people are walking away with a million pounds worth of SHIB every night, that's going to be massive. And it's going to drive what? More demand because scarcity is now going to be a massive factor in SHIB. And I'm guessing the first week that we do host a raffle, we have a big burns, like one right after the other. You're going to see people sell off SHIB. Yeah, you'll see the opposite effect of what people will do. People are just like in shock mode, and they'll probably sell off SHIB 30 to 40%. So we probably see this massive climb as SHIB starts to build in the raffle, and then people get like euphoria that we're actually doing something to benefit the whole SHIB community, and then you start to see people sell off because they're panic thinking that it's going down when it's actually going up in value. But they have this opposite effect on people where, again, the education, that's why it's so important to get educated, right, Jason? Because if you don't understand, this is what happens. People sell off when you're supposed to be buying. And when you're supposed to be buying, you're supposed to be selling. But in SHIB's case, the longer you hold it, the more it's valued. You just want to be the last man standing. Well, in this case, the last man standing is probably the biggest bank in the world. And then you're able to lend SHIB without actually lending SHIB. Makes sense? Just like gold. Anyone know what, if you have enough gold, you basically, or the golden rule, the guy with all the gold makes all the rules. Kind of similar aspect of it. That's exactly how SHIB is. Exactly. So can SHIB beat Bitcoin? Absolutely. But what are the chances of it happening in our lifetime? Well, that depends on how many people get educated, how many people swarm in and understand economics, world economics. Right now, anyone know why the cryptocurrencies are selling? Anybody? Anybody have any idea of why cryptocurrencies are selling? What's happening with Nvidia? What's happening with TELUS? What's happening? Not TELUS. Tesla. What's happening with Tesla? Everything's slowing down, guys. No one's buying. Everything's slowing down. Spending is becoming an issue. It's starting to take effect. I thought that the Fed was supposed to be meeting today, but I guess I don't know if Colin Powell said anything. Does anybody have any idea about that? Because I was looking it up. I couldn't find anything on it. The only thing I could find was 8 days ago when he mentioned that the interest rates were staying pat. They weren't going to move the interest rates at all. So I was curious about that. What else is going on with SHIB? We have basically a no news front kind of day, except for the A. Everybody's talking about the UAE, but the UAE is, yeah. And then I don't know if you guys know Avi Levy. He was doing a research, and he couldn't find anything when he went to their United Emirates website. Anything on the whatever the Shibarium uh, ecosystem development team was describing, couldn't find anything on it. So yeah, so that does not bode well. The fact that the technology sector for the Nasdaq sold off um, does not help cryptocurrencies at all, because cryptocurrency is looked at as a technology factor. So when the technology sells off, so does cryptocurrency, which is opposite. It's supposed to be like that as gold. Okay, so if gold goes up, cryptocurrency should go up. Now it hasn't, so it didn't follow suit. So we had a little bit of a sell off or tit for tat on certain events. And then, of course, crypto gets a bad rap every time they announce something that's happening in like NVIDIA, AI, that it's not panning out the way that they thought it was going to pan out. So everything takes a backlash to it. So, and right now, the only thing that was coming out was the AI platforms was pushing cryptocurrencies before. Now it's hurting cryptocurrencies now as it gets pulled back a little bit. BYD is the world holder right now for electric cars. Tesla fell to number 6. That's the other reason. If there's some more bad news coming out about Apple or about Google or about Meta, that's going to have a drastic impact on the total price of cryptocurrencies. Absolutely. But it's shortcomings, not long term comings, and that's short term building. So we still are building on SHIB. If you looked at the numbers, 1.5 million wallet holders. Big round of applause to SHIB and everybody in SHIB. And we're getting into the burns because we did have some massive burns. We know we had burns. 14 million, I believe, 14 million burns today. And we're up 2,200%. 2,200% on the day. But that doesn't mean much considering that we didn't burn very much yesterday. Yesterday, I think the whole day we burned 635,000 SHIB. 22 hours ago, we burned 14,089,000. I'll share the link. 550,000 9 hours ago, 14 hours ago, and 642,000. 22 hours, 14,089,269 SHIBs were sent to the dead end wallets. Gone forever. Bye bye. Adios, muchachos. 14 million SHIB. Anyone own 14 million SHIB? Anybody at all? Do I hear it once? Hear it twice? 15 million? 15 million, anyone? 16 million, anyone? Right. So, yeah, no, it's not a bidding war. It's just a proclamation of what we're not doing and what we should be doing. So every time we burn, we add value. Every time we bring in new wallet holders, we add value. Which one is better? Bringing in more wallet holders. Why? Because it gives it stability. Right. Less supply for others to take advantage of. Exactly. So the burns are gone forever. That money that's taken off the table is given back to the SHIB community in the form of a burn. Reducing the circulating supply adds value. Bringing in more wallet holders adds value. Which one's better? The catalyst is always better than the utility, because the utility means that it's gone. Yes, it's gone forever. It can never be replenished or resunk back into the community. But if you want to build a community, you need more people in the community. You need to be more proactive. You need to have better alliances and better understanding and better wealth distribution if you have more people in. So as those people come in and they buy 1 million SHIBs worth, you don't have to worry about it because their price target is the same as your price target. If they buy $5,000 worth and they're sitting at 100 million to 200 million SHIB, are they going to have the same out as someone who bought only 1 million SHIB? No. They're going to be out quicker, or they're going to realize, finally, they'll realize what it means because everybody wants to make money really quickly these days. So whoever wants to make a lot of money right away, that's their targeting. That's their target audience. Whoever wants to make money later on or build on that money, that's the holders. Those are the people that come in and understand what's going on, and their out is 10, 15, 20 times if they understand what the whole concept is, and they understand what reduction means, and they understand what more wallet means. More wallet holders means more demand for the product because all of a sudden now everybody's got a different out. No, if everybody buys the exact same, everybody's got the same out. Okay. And if they understand what's going on, then they understand the whole concept. We talked about reduction. We talked about um, wallet holders. We talked about UAE and what that means for you and what that means for us and why we keep talking about the raffle, because the raffle is a guaranteed, because it's going to be quick. It's going to build your money enormously fast with the raffle because we're reducing what? Half the supply of SHIB, plus we're giving half it to the winners. If we sell over 4,100,000, we have another winner. We sell over 8,200,000 tickets, we have two winners. And how much does it cost per ticket? Okay, so US is about 62 cents per ticket. Please keep in mind to buy one ticket is about 50 cents to buy one ticket on Ethereum for the Ethereum fees, okay? Now, I don't pay those fees. And you don't pay those fees to have them transferred, but you do pay the fee up front to transfer that SHIB for the ticket. Okay, so please keep that in mind when you're, and if you want to know how to buy a ticket, you just go to the website, you punch in whatever ticket you want. Remember that if you want multiple tickets, you got to be careful with it because you don't want to be buying too many tickets. Remember, this is a world, everybody think worldwide. So 8 billion people, please. 8 billion people. So you don't want to be buying 10,000 tickets or 5,000 tickets or 1,000 tickets for that matter. You want to be buying somewhere in the relative spot of 20 to 50, maybe 100 tickets, because that's still going to be $50 to buy, and that's expensive because how many SHIB can you buy for $50, right? 3 times, 4 times, almost 4, right? 3.6 times, right? That's going to get you 3.6 million. So you gotta be careful how you word it and how you come up with it, so that everybody understands what the raffle means. And if you understand it, then you'll have no problem because it's 8 billion people on the planet. How many of them can actually buy tickets? 99% of them can buy tickets because 99% of them can afford them. So can we see that all at once? No, not all at once, but we could see that build 300,000, 400,000 people, 600,000 people out trying to buy it. And they're buying maybe five tickets worth. But if you do the math on it, 5 tickets times 300,000, that's a lot of tickets sold. Exactly. Now, what are the chances of hosting it daily with different people? And that's where it gets awesome. That's where it starts to affect people differently because I bought a ticket today, and I don't want to buy a ticket for like next week or whatever, but everybody's going to have different ins and different outs because there's so many people on the planet that it'll keep that circulation going. And the more we start seeing that number start to pile up, the faster we burn and the faster you earn. Everybody would have an opportunity to earn as much money as humanly possible. And then you can start to see SHIB hit $5, $6, $10, $20, $30, $40, $50. you start to see that aspect of it, because now all of a sudden you're starting to see that supply deteriorate. So that everybody starts to see just how important it is for the reduction and the build. And they see that utility working, and they see that catalyst working at the same time. And that's why we want to participate in the raffle. That's why we want the raffle to go going for everybody. It's not that we want to make you a millionaire. SHIB is going to make you a millionaire because everybody's contributing to it. Just like everybody's contributing to it now, it's just got no utility, no strong utility to keep it up. If they can see that strong utility keeping up, everybody's going to pile into it. You're going to be a multimillionaire very, very quickly. Everybody who gets in right now would be a multimillionaire very, very quickly once it catches on. That's why it's so important that everybody finds out about it. Nothing should be left behind. Everybody needs to find out about it. And if you don't like it, right, then don't take part in it. Don't be part of something that adds value every single day. You're adding value by reducing the circulating supply. We keep telling you this over and over again. We're not going to get tired of telling you, because not everybody understands and not everybody tunes in at the exact same time. When you reduce the circulating supply, you're adding value. Every time we bring somebody in, every time there's a new wallet holder, you're adding value. No matter how small or how insignificant the buy-in is, even if it's only $15, it's still 1 million SHIB taken off the table for someone else to buy. That's the whole point of it. It's not that you're doing much to support it, and you may only buy 1 million SHIB. Who knows? And then when you're waiting for a 30% pull down, you buy another million SHIB, and that's fine. That's all we ask of anyone, is to be in it, because you can't afford not to be in it, and then it takes off, and then you're upset that you didn't take part in it, and you start that regret. Just like someone who didn't buy Apple 20, 30 years ago. Same thing with someone who didn't buy Netflix 10, 15 years ago. This is your opportunity to shine, because you know darn well that it doesn't have the same problems that Netflix has. It doesn't have the same problems that Blockbuster had. It doesn't have the same problems Apple or IBM have. They don't have to worry about if they're making the right decision or the wrong decision, because the only ones that are making that decision are the investors, and they're the ones making that point. They're the ones stressing out about what they need or want out of their SHIB ecosystem. Whatever they want out of the SHIB is on them, right? You want to take your profit now, then it's on you. If you don't have any money to take profit on, why are you selling it? Because someone else told me to sell it. Well, if you're listening to somebody else telling you to do something when you know it's adding value, because you're seeing the reductions live, you're seeing the amount of people coming in live, and that is on you. If you can't see it, you won't believe it, but SHIB is doing it right in front of you all the time. And if you don't believe me, you can watch right here. Top 100 SHIB wallet holders. You got to believe your numbers. This is why accounting is so important for everybody. Where are we at right now? We are at 1512 for Shiba Inu on CoinCarp. CoinCarp 100 SHIB wallet holders. Okay, have you noticed anything? We're gonna 38 million. This was announced 3-4 days ago. This 38 million. It hasn't changed. That means that this is not an accurate site by any standards. But this was 2 days ago or a day ago at 44,321 or 3 something. So 44 trillion, 300 and something. They added 400 billion to their wallets. But where is it here? Do you know who owns this? It's BlackRock. Okay? This is Robinhood. They are both the same. 39 trillion. Binance, 44 trillion. Binance, this is theirs, all theirs. This is what they use to trade back and forth with the people. There's another Binance. So you have almost 9 trillion. Then you have 6.6 trillion, and that's all in Binance. OKX sold 1 trillion. Did they sell it? No, they moved 1 trillion off the exchange, off their own exchange. That means that this is theirs. They can use this to trade new and improved to bring in more people onto OKX so they can lower the fees so they can compete with Binance, Crypto.com, BlackRock, Robinhood. Right? Because Robinhood right now, his fees are so low, I don't think anybody can compete with them. And the reason why they're doing that is to get away from Ethereum gas fees. And no, Jason, Ethereum has not made an announcement. There's Qcoin, Jason. But if you go down here, there's no Kraken. Nowhere do you see Kraken anywhere. Now, it could be anonymous. BitGet doesn't have enough supply. It needs to really get moving if it wants to get in. And that's what we were saying, right? You want the exchanges to buy in? The exchanges will buy it. It's just a question of time because they understand what market capitalization is all about. It's all about making money. So if I own a lot of the supply and I want to sell it, I can sell it at a discount because I now own it. And then when they go to sell it, I got to make sure that I've got my team ahead of the curve so that everybody understands what has to happen. In SHIB. Can you get super chat on your YouTube channel? Well, I'll look at it because I really didn't want to get into doing up a subscription list, Jason. And the reason why that is because we're already doing burns on 80% of everything we take in. So, and we are not going to be able to host forever, right? Jason, you understand that? Like once the raffle gets started, and I mean once it gets started, we're looking at maximum of 3 years only running a raffle. And the reason for that is because we would have an out of about $38, £38, right? So once SHIB hits 38 pounds or 2 billion in circulating supply, we're officially shutting down the SHIB 50/50 raffle. Now, if somebody else wants to take over the SHIB 50/50 raffle, we are more than willing to pass it over to them. And the reason why that is, guys, is this. Once it gets to a certain level, it's going to take off on its own. It's going to do its own thing. So the raffle is to build awareness and educate the entire world. But what's going to happen after that is every organization on the planet will know about SHIB, and reducing it's going to add its value. So by that time, SHIB is like basically like McDonald's, where you see the big signs, 1 billion served, over a billion served. SHIB is going to have the exact same thing with a burn mechanism built into every single time someone does a transaction, all over the world, from every organization on the planet. And why would they do that? Well, they would hold so much SHIB, and by reducing the circulating supply, they control the value. So then everybody is going to turn into a bank at that point. Every single SHIB holder is going to turn into a bank that's holding, I'm guessing, anywhere between 30 and 40 million SHIB. So if anyone's holding 30 or 40 million SHIB, you're going to be a bank, a banking institution that has enormous power. So to host a raffle at that point is kind of pointless unless you're not burning very much SHIB, but then you're competing with every other organization out there on the planet that's burning SHIB too. So we just don't see any point in doing that afterward, because you're going to see SHIB like literally take right off and compete with Bitcoin at that point as it runs to new all-time highs all the time. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to call it a night. We're going to rock you out. Big shout out to Jason Cox. Big shout out to Babe's channel. Thanks so much, Jason, for participating tonight. Woo! Big shout out to Jason. Thank you so much. When we host the raffle, Jason, I want to know if you'd be interested in helping us out with the protocol to do some data entry, so we could keep our integrity in check, for one. The other one is to help raise awareness by being a data entry clerk. You help raise awareness, because we're not just talking, and hopefully you can speak so that you can explain the numbers that were given to you, and then the people's addresses that won, or all the addresses that are in check that you looked over. And that's the whole purpose of the data entry, is to make sure that everybody is on that list or on your list that follows in suit, that they didn't change their email addresses or anything like that. And then we can host the raffle right after we have that confirmation. And then once we do the raffle draw and one of the names is on your list, you would come up and say, "Hey, this person's on my list. They won that's their number. They won the raffle." And we just do that confirmation, and then we'd email them real quick. Hopefully they're on, because last thing we want is they're sleeping. They just won a raffle, and we can't do the burn unless they're awake and taking part into that they understand what it means in the raffle, right? So that would be awesome. And then what would happen is we get confirmation of their email address and their wallet address so that we could pay them if they wanted it on that wallet address. Because sometimes we're recommending everybody have 2 wallet addresses, one for their raffle, one for their holdings in SHIB, because we don't want them to use both just because it's just safer, because you only put in what you're willing to put into the raffle, and your wallet address shows up. And then the private wallet address doesn't get announced, only the wallet address that you use to send the SHIB in. So, yeah. So we're going to call it a night. We're going to rock you out. Thanks, Jason, for coming. Thanks, Gabriel. Thanks, Leah. Thanks, Rowena. Thanks, Wena. Thanks, Babes Channel, for coming. Thank you, and have a great and wonderful night. Everybody, cheers. We'll rock you out. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. What is it that we always say? Live long and prosper, every single one. Remember that Jesus loves you, and we're all here because of Jesus, right? I'm here because, well, this is similar to Jesus. It's perfect. It's for the world, and we're not biased at all. Anybody can take part in it, and anybody in the world can win. Remember, everything is in SHIB. There's no fiat currency. You can't use fiat currency to buy SHIB directly from the wallet. Okay, you have to send it to that wallet address on SHIB Worldwide. SHIB Worldwide. SHIB.com. Rocket. Stop it. We're going to AQT, right? I'll get there. Not. Here's everyone. Have a great, wonderful evening. And we'll do the count.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good night. God bless. Take care. Cheers, everybody.